Hi guys, it's DCRS here, and today I'll be doing a discussion video on Trickstars, mostly on the different types of decks that are yet to be and also currently in the actual metagame. At the moment we have pure Trickstars, and we also have Windwitch Trickstars, and also the, uh, well, soon to be in the OCG that I've kind of tweaked a bit for the TCG legally, uh, is the anti-meta Trickstars, which is going to be a big thing if Zodiacs got hit or if Zodiacs are still here. Anti-meta Trickstars are an interesting deck to use because, well, um, there's anti-meta Trickstars are very consistent, as you can see here. Uh, we can start off like with a hand trap, a Rageki board wipe, as Trickstar Candina to search for your light stage, or search for another Candina as well, depending, or you can search for another reincarnation. There's so many things you can actually do with anti-meta Trickstars that its only downfall is that if it bricks, it does, well, it bricks pretty soft, I guess you could say. It's not really, you have limited plays in terms of how the anti-meta decks work, because anti-meta requires you to be trying to play as more consistent as possible and trying to disturb your opponent's strategy. But yeah, it looks pretty alright. Considering if you're playing this in OG in the TCG for anti-meta trick stars, you're bound to run two decoy toggles at the moment since we don't have that many good. We don't have the good OCG type of cards yet, so you, if you're running the scapegoat engine, you can also run a couple of Mrs. Radiant, but I chose not to because I'm running more the decode engine because it prevents your opponent from targeting your stuff. And yeah, protection and also disruption at the same time, so it's really good. Anti-meta trick stars. As for the pure trick stars, as in burn, it's more of a lockdown type of thing, or not really lockdown. It's more of a stun variant, like fun stun, I guess you could say. And what I mean by fun stun is if you open up Dark Room Nightmare, you just burn your opponent consistently as long as they don't have Twin Twister or Cosmic Cyclone or anything like that to disrupt your burn plays. You can also um, get down the life points a bit with Contract with Don Thousand. You can also draw Lockbird that plays with Present Card, Disturbance Strategy, and Reincarnation. You have plenty of options to actually lock your opponent out with Draw and Lockbird with the pure build. But the downside with the pure build is it can brick pretty hard. Although this is actually not bad. It's actually that's good. I'm not too sure, depending on what I desires with. But yeah, there are chances that, okay, that's a lockout hand. But that's pretty much how this deck is. It can brick, like this is a kind of a brick hand, I think. No, it's more for fun burn. Let's see. This one searches for another field spell. You search for Gandina, and you pretty much get a replacement for another the chorus. Mm, you don't have chain summoning, so this hand is pretty basic, depending on how you go with Don Thousand. But yeah, this is pretty slow start for a hand. That's the only thing I don't like about pure trick stars is that once you've run out of plays, you can't do anything else. Like for example, this is a dead hand as well. All you have to do is summon that. If they ash you, you pretty much have to end your turn just playing Blazing Mirror Force. As long as no one Twin Twister is it, you'll be fine. But yeah, that's the thing I hate about pure trick stars is that it can its biggest strength is also its biggest weakness. So in terms of how the play is, this is probably one of the worst trick stars. You might get lucky depending on how you top regionals. I've seen some decks that run pure trick stars that they have topped with, but in terms of consistency, they must have drawn pretty well with the depending on how they sided and stuff. So yeah, pure trick stars is like one of the worst variants. But the the one that's most consistent for TCG plays is the Windwitch Trickstars. Now, Windwitch Trickstars are very interesting because they allow you to go into more consistently plays with your Ice Spell because with the Windwitch stuff, you set up for your Crystal Wing and also it protects you against Ghost Dash and all that. from Canina, because you use the Windwitch stuff as bluffs, and then you go for your normal plays later on because you haven't normal summoned yet. These are counters tribute. These are counter special summons, and you base your deck around chain summoning and stuff like that. Light Stage is more for going pretty well because you can get your other stuff, and also you can grab your Lily Bell depending on what you don't need and what you do need. I only run 2 1000 with the Trickstar build, not Trickstar, the Windwitch build, because you don't need that many Don 1000, and Don 1000 in the OCG they don't even run anymore because they have more consistent plays. They're more anti-meta. It's more for Trickstar's more of like an anti-meta deck rather than an actual deck itself. They're like the new Talonites in a way, sort of, depending on how they do this stuff. But yeah, it's more of a lockout players. You can also go draw Lockbird and Maxi. Yeah, but in terms of not running present card, you have the Bestowment strategy and reincarnation plays, and also your Blazing Mirror Force, but in case you have backup plays. Some people don't run these Blazing Mirror Force or Honestas, but I believe that its biggest, um, it has an interesting combo plays, but with enough combos, you pretty much can break pretty hard. Not break hard. Well, you can break hard in some decks, but if it breaks hard, it breaks hard. The only trouble with this deck is its play style. Is that it's very depends on what you open. It all depends on what you open. You can do a lot of plays depending on what you open. Like the one before that I had an ice spell and stuff. You do sometimes open snowbell. I've done that quite a few times. Sometimes it's good, sometimes bad, depending if I open up glass spell because I just normal summon to grab my ice spell and do my stuff later on, depending if the glass spell is in the graveyard or if you use this hand you pretty much just use Terraforming to grab your light stage to search your another Lycoris. Yeah, you will search for another Lycoris, and then you just go normal summon Canina to get another reincarnation or something like that, or you can grab another Lycoris, depending on how you do stuff. I'll probably just grab another reincarnation, so in case the Lycoris dies, you can bring it back with reincarnation later on. But yeah, there's plenty of plays. If you go second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, set up your plays with Ice Spell first. If they try and stop this, you just go for your normal plays with Candina and stuff, depending on how they do stuff. Because you use Ice Spell and stuff for bluffs, and then you just use your normal plays, your strong plays with your Trickstars later on. Let's see, what's this hand is? This hand is... So it's kind of interesting. You have a draw and Lockbird play because if you're going turn 2, you can easily stop your opponent from searching, and you just go light stage, search out, probably not Candina, and then you have a hand trap. You pretty much have 2 hand traps in this hand. You just desires to go +2, +1, no, mostly +1. But yeah, testing out different variants with Trickstars, and I feel like this build of Trickstar is probably one of the best at the moment for Windwitch variant. Some people run differently because they don't run the Blazing Mirror Force or the Honest as well because they prefer more consistent plays. I chose to run these, and I don't have that many back row destruction because you don't really use it. You mostly just go for light stage and stuff, but this deck's biggest weakness is probably Twin Twister and stuff, depending on when your opponent draws it. Twin Twister and also Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone not too much. It's more of a Twin Twister, and most people nowadays play Cosmic Cyclone because of True Dracos. So that's the only reason why, until True Dracos get hit. And we probably see more Twin Twister plays later on. But I'm probably going to side back in Cosmic Cyclones or Twin Twisters because you kind of need it against the Mirror Match. The Mirror Match is... Okay, the Mirror Match has... It's interesting because with the Trickstar Mirror Match, Draw Lockbird kills the Mirror Match because if you open this up, they search for Candina or they search for Light Stage, you activate Draw Lockbird in chain response, and they just end the turn. They can't do anything. They can just go, oh, Candina, if they have a little bit, Lycoris in hand, just special summon with Lycoris. They can't search for anything. They can't do anything. This whole deck is pretty much 50% search. So yeah, you just go for Candina to get your stage to grab your Lycoris, or you go from Terraforming to get the Light Stage to get to Candina, because your Terraforming is pretty much your second copy of Light Stage to get to Candina. It's like there's so many ways to get to Candina. It's pretty really consistent. Also, Reincarnation is pretty broken as well. And if you open this up, change something, you pretty much have an OTK, because if you open up this and this, this, and probably this or this as well. It's more of a free card combo. This, or this. These four cards pretty much give you a OTK turn 1, depending if you're going first. Going turn 2, depending how well they do, I don't know, it depends, because if you open up Chain Summoning with all these, it's pretty much an OTK. But other than that, you don't really run that many. Okay, in the Windwitch build, you mostly base up your deck for Synchros and also Xyz plays. There's plenty of options you can use. But for Holy Angel, you don't really link summon that often. You only do it once, or twice, but depending how desperate you are. But you don't really link summon at all. You basically just bounce with Gandina, bounce Gandina with Lycoris. So I only run one Holy Bell. That's the reason why, because I don't link summon as often, and they can just get rid of it if they want. If they Ghost Dash, no, not Ghost Dash. If they Ghost Reaper, I think that's what it's called, Ghost Reaper. Let me just check. Yeah, if they just Ghost Reaper, the Holy Angel, or they just I don't know, what was the other card? I forgot the name. Lithosagum, I think it is. If they just Lithosagum, it's alright, because you got plenty of level 8 players as well. You can just go for this one, depending what they banish, because they would just banish Crystal Wing, Omega, I don't know, maybe Crystal Wing as well, depending what they do, because you'll still have this and this as well. So yeah, you still got options. You just can't go for Crystal Wing. That's the only thing. But other than that, this deck is pretty consistent as it is. Like this build, ooh, that's it. That hand's alright, I suppose. I wouldn't normal summon this. I would just go Glass Bell, summon it, and then Terraforming, probably grab a Chorus and see what you get for 1,000, and yeah, pretty much it. That's what I would do. Oops, yeah, I would give up changes. As for the pure build, you don't really run a synchro, so you just buff up your deck with XYZs, and maybe a few Holy Angel or other Link monsters, depending how you run the deck. You can also run Tsukiyomi as well. I tried Tsukiyomi. It doesn't come up as often, because you mostly just bounce this. And yeah. I'd suggest running more rank freeze in this. I only run 3 rank freeze, but you can actually go rank freeze pretty often with Lycoris. So that's probably one of the reasons why you would run more Lycoris and other stuff. I forgot to put in the other Trickstar, but what's it called? Lilybell? I didn't put Lilybell in here because I don't know. I just probably take out one present card just for Lilybell. That's pretty much it. As for the antimatter one, you don't. You mostly okay. It's interesting because the Windwitch one you mostly go for synchros and some Xyz plays. The pure version you go for more Xyz plays, and with the antimatter one you go for a lot of link plays because it stuns your parent. So it's interesting because antimatter does more link summoning than the others because it allows you have more options rather than the other ones. Let's try test hand, shall we? Oh, this is alright. You summon that, or you summon this. You have no current monsters, so you summon this, then you summon that, I don't know. And then you should probably just, I don't know, overlay for Rafflesia. And yeah, I guess that'll do. Yeah. But yeah, this is just a discussion video of what type of Trickstar deck is your choice. There's different types of variants of Trickstars. You can actually make, there's another one called Zodiac version of Trickstars. I don't think that's good, but in my opinion, it's like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Because Zodiacs, they work in everything. They're an engine, and in the future, I think Trickstars will become more of an engine as well. They're sort of becoming the new destructive Zodiacs, I guess you could say. They're like Zodiacs, but well, not really like Zodiacs, but you get the idea. They're turning into more of an engine rather than a deck because they haven't topped in a while, and even if they do, it's like I don't know. Its biggest strength is also its biggest weakness as well. That's what Trickstars is. Their biggest strength is also be the biggest weakness, depending on how your opponent opens up or sides or whatever. So yeah, it's interesting because Trickstars, in my opinion, is a very, very interesting deck. I like the deck. It's fun. It's a fun deck. I don't play. I wouldn't play this as more of a. Maybe I would play this at a YCS or something like that, or a regionals or something like that. Regionals is probably the best place to take this deck. For YCS and all that, you won't. I don't think you'll be able to make it to the last round, to day 2 or anything like that. Maybe you'll be lucky surviving day 1, but day 2 is going to be really hard because that's where the big uh, players and stuff come in because they haven't lost and as much. So and you might be sitting on a bubble depending how well you play with Trickstar. So Trickstars are more of a fun deck in a way. But yeah, as what else should I talk about? Trickstars are interesting. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this rant video for Trickstars. Sorry it took so long to actually do this video. Is like holy crap, that's like I've been talking for around 16 minutes now, nearly. But yeah, this is DCRS. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Signing out. Bye.